cheek to cheek and feeling fancy. That's where I'm gonna be, 'cause now I'm shining, I'm hiding. I got a good thing on me, no, I can't hide it. And there's nothing up my sleeve. Oh, I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. Anything can happen, anything can happen, anything can happen, yeah, anything that makes me happy.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho, H to the O-V. I used to move snowflakes by the OZ. I guess even back then you can call me CEO of the ROC. Ho, fresh.
Hey, hey, hey! It is Tuesday, Talking Pink Table Talk Tuesday. I am so excited that you are here. My name is Caterina Harris Earl, and I'm coming to you from Brentwood, California with dirty glasses today, okay? With dirty glasses, how many times a day do you clean your glasses? And I am just coming back from an amazing leadership conference. You know, when you go and you're like, oh my gosh, now, I'm not going to just say this, but I have been teaching leadership for 30 years. So sometimes you're like, how much am I going to learn? I am so grateful that my girlfriend Yasmin invited me. It was so powerful at the Fellowship Church and it was amazing. And I am so full and ready for you for these 30 minutes of our Pink Table Talk. I'm going to bring in our guest. Shannon is coming in all the way from like Napa Valley, and I am so excited to bring my girlfriend in. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, we look cute. Look how cute you look. Okay. You are so cute. Thanks for joining. What was the best part of your day?
Well, it was actually, I think it's really nice, that we have this freedom and flexibility, because I woke up and my son was not feeling the best. And so he stayed home today. And I got to work my business in and around having him, but it was awesome to go and take him out for a acai bowl, and I thought that would make him feel a little better. It made both of us feel better. So we had a little date. So that was definitely the highlight of my day.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Tell us about your family. How old are your kids and
Yeah.
hubby and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so Joel and I have been together for almost 20 years since we were kids. And my son Carson just turned 9 and Olivia just turned 4. And
Oh
so
my
they're
goodness.
5 years apart, but still best friends and, fight, but also get along so well. So it's wonderful.
They wouldn't be siblings if they didn't do that.
Right.
I'm telling you, I'm an only child, and so many people when I was young said, oh my gosh, only children, you're spoiled, you're spoiled. Well, I will tell you, the best thing that you can do for your child is give them a sibling. I so wish at 50 plus years old that I had a sibling now, on this end of life especially. So I know that you are making memories every single day. Well, I just want to welcome you to our Pink Table Talk. We come once a month and we just feature amazing leaders in our company and talk about your leadership style and what you've learned and obstacles you've overcome. So the first thing we want our audience to do is get to know you. Tell us who Shannon is.
Okay. Well, I grew up in a small town by the beach, an agriculture town. I was always in the water, always surfing. A lot of people don't know that about me, that I love nature and camping and biking and being outdoors. I was always a big dreamer. I think just growing up in an entrepreneurial home probably gave me that kind of bigger thinking. I started working at a very young age. It gave me responsibility. I loved having my own money. It gave me a sense of independence. So I think, watching my parents grow a business from the ground up, but also working gave me my work ethic at a young age. And so I started catering because it paid more than just the average job. And then I went and got my lifeguard license because that also paid more than the average job. And I could be at a beach or by the pool, and anything around water, I was like, yes, sign me up. And then I managed some retail stores. So I actually learned a little bit about leadership too. And that was all, my last year of college or high school, actually. I was still in high school when I was doing that. And then right starting college, I did that as well. So yeah, I just love being outdoors, and I love exercising and all things nutrition and health and taking care of myself and my family.
Wow, I love that. We saw that. We saw you. I mean, I bet you have more of a six pack than me. Okay, I'm trying to
I try.
back to a 6. You're looking great, girl. And I love hearing about you growing up. I remember when I grew up in Fremont, and I remember when I got a job at the library. And I mean, I feel like I was making $12 or $14 an hour, like in the Earl in the 80s, and it was like $1 million an hour for a high school student. It was like so much money, as my dad used to say, as much money in the whole wide world. I was like, OMG, I'm making $14 an hour. I still think that's more than minimum wage today, so it really was good money back then. But boy, you could tell leadership traits way back then. So I know you told us a little bit about your family, but tell us more, because I know your sister, your mama. Like, tell us about your big Mary Kay family and your family in general.
Yeah, so I have my mom who lives still back in our hometown. She's actually in Paso Robles. And then my sister who lives in Pleasant Hill, and she's married to Mike. And we have my niece, Stevie, my daughter, and her daughter are 9 weeks apart. So I remember where I was at when she told me. I was at a leadership conference in San Diego, and she said I was super nauseous and sick. I was pregnant, and she told me she wanted to have a baby, and I was like, what? I was like, you need to like at least earn your pink Cadillac first. I thought she was crazy when she told me that. I was like telling her, coaching her, like, just earn your pink Cadillac first. So backing up, she's also a Mary Kay. My mom got into Mary Kay as well, and had earned 2 cars. We had a lot of life happen with my dad being sick, and she did take a step down, but I always have hope that she will be back. But my sister, yeah, she's a planner, and she was like, this will be the best thing. I'm going to, have a baby at the same time as you. And like, I didn't believe her until 9 weeks later, or, a little bit later, she came over to my house and she brought me this box, and it had 2 cute little onesies, and one was like 0 to 3 and one was like 3 to 6 months. And I was so confused. I was like, wait, what? Do you think I'm having twins? I'm not having twins. Are you having twins? I was so confused. She's like, Shannon, I am pregnant. And I still didn't believe her. So it's just funny. We're 4 years apart, and we are like, people ask us if we're twins all the time. Sometimes we look alike, sometimes we don't, but it's so funny. I always say, well, good thing you're a Mary Kay, because now, like, when we used to go out together, she would get carded, and she's like, why? And I'm like, because you don't wash your face like I do. Like, you need to use skincare. So everything's a lot better now that she's been in Mary Kay. She thought I was crazy. Never in a million years wanted to do Mary Kay. My mom kind of thought I was crazy, and I had a great paying job, and they paid a lot of money for a good education. So they just told me not to quit my day job, and they watched me, but they watched my skin change. They watched my confidence change, and they were like, wow, there's something to this. And so, fast forward, my sisters are in several cars. One of them, she brought her baby home in a pink Cadillac. So that did happen. And yeah, it's been such a blessing. This company and our lives have been forever changed. We're always so grateful for this company. It's made a huge impact.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Did you know, I know we got a little bit of feedback. Did you know that you wanted entrepreneurship? Like, how did that happen for you?
Yeah. I think, I know you kind of asked me, like, did Mary Kay find you, or, did you find Mary Kay? And it was, I think it was a little bit of both. I really did love my career as a dental hygienist. I made a great income. Starting pay was just, here in Napa, they pay us like over $500 a day. I got paid vacation, benefits, just had it made, I thought. But I also was coming in, working an 8 to 5. I was exhausted at the end of the day. And I was like, there's got to be something more. There's got to be something more. I was kind of looking like, should I go back to dental school? And I think, a lot of people, I feel like, have that on their heart. There's got to be something more than just clocking in, clocking out, and the same thing, that mundane, same thing every day. And I also felt it like tugging on my heart. I would see the doctors go on these extravagant vacations. One of them had 5 children, and they would go on these beautiful cruises, or they would leave for 10 days and go to Europe or do all these things. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to ever be able to do that. For one, I did have some paid vacation, but it was going to run out quick every year. And then, then what? And then the cost of it all. And so I thought, I don't know if I'm going to want to do this the rest of my life, building his dreams, his goals, when I could eventually do it for myself. So I think
so true. It's so true. And you do have to be in the incubator and learn, and there's value in, certainly you can be a leader and work in corporate America, but there's definitely value in learning from a pro and then using that for yourself. I never thought, entrepreneurship, I never thought in a million years this is what I would be doing. I just thought I'd be doing something in politics, in government, something like that. It's what I totally thought I'd be doing until I worked in DC on the Hill, and I was like, and then I came back and did some more government politics stuff here, and I was like, and then I went to nonprofit, and I was like, no profit. So I just still never thought it would be entrepreneurship, and certainly not Mary Kay. But here we both are, and we're loving our life and loving what we do. I love to hear about your belief barriers. I know that your story is inspirational. You just accomplished so much in your career in a short period of time, and just a mover and a shaker, while still balancing your faith and your family. Tell us about some of your biggest obstacles, Shannon, and the biggest barriers or belief barriers that you've had to work with.
Yeah. So, backing up to when we signed up, and some people know our story, but my father was really sick at the time. He was diagnosed with a rare brain cancer. We just had gone through the recession, and they had lost their business, a land and developing construction business. They actually started over here in Napa, moved in with my husband and I. So it was a lot going on, like with them, starting over, him being diagnosed with stage 4 medulloblastoma. He was being taken back and forth to UCSF. We were driving him all the time. My mom was almost every day of the week for radiation when we signed up for Mary Kay. So we had a lot on our plate. But we realized that this company could give us, joy, happiness, freedom, and flexibility. My mom could have that that flexibility to make a good income and also take care of him. So we just saw the potential in it. We didn't really think of like everything that was holding us back at the time. So I think I came in with, stuff going on. I feel like, we always hear it, life is always happening. Life is always going on. And so we really were just grateful. We were so grateful for this opportunity at that time. And then, life has happened. I was 2 years after. So he lived actually 5 years. He was given only about 6 months, but I still to this day say, because of the positivity and because of, us being in Mary Kay and being around the sisterhood and the prayers and we would have sometimes like the president or CEO call us or send cards to us. Like everyone knew our name. My mom, my sister, we were all so blown away. Like people were praying for us, all over the country. And so I feel like, my dad was so proud, and because of that positivity and his determination and grit and all of that, his will to live, he lived for 5 years. But after he passed, then we had my husband's mom, who was diagnosed shortly after. So then she went through all of that. Then 2 years later, she passed. And that was just, traumatic and horrific. And I've been with this family since I was, very young, 19 years old. So they were also my family. 2 years after that, about 3 years after that, Joel's dad passed. So it was like one thing after another. We have endured so much. And and I had my son. I didn't feel right. I was like, what's going on? And, they diagnosed me with postpartum, depression. I was like, I just don't think that's it. And turns out I got into like a really good naturopath that was recommended through Mary Kay. I started feeling so much better, so much like myself. But yeah, I've had a lot of ups and downs, but I've continued to work with, I didn't want to create two like problems. You already have one. Like I don't need another.
Oh my gosh. That's so good. It's so wise. So much wisdom. And I know that our wisdom and our maturity is not just age, but it's what we've endured and how we have walked through it. And wow, I am so grateful for my naturopath. I was just with him yesterday in Sacramento, referred by Mary Kay, my mother, a breast cancer overcomer, as she says, totally. All of the treatment that she walked through was as a result of referrals that we got with Mary Kay. And I never would have been able to take that time off, almost a year that I took off, that, the income continued to come, because at the time I was single, and, blessed with a beautiful home, but it was a blessing that Mary Kay gave us, that freedom and flexibility. You can't, it's priceless. You can't write a paycheck. You can't put a price tag on that, right?
Yeah.
I like to say that women have been mothered and they've been managed, but not all women have been mentored. And you've been mentored by one of the best in the business, Lisa Madsen. What difference has mentorship made in your life, and how has that helped you to grow as a person and as a woman, as an entrepreneur in every area?
Yeah, it almost makes me, want to cry, because she is like my Mary Kay mom. And, she's always come from a place of like, I feel like she talks to me like she would probably talk to her daughter, and so, it feels so good to have somebody in your life that really just genuinely wants the best for you, but is also so successful and has, lived through so much and seen so much and mentored so many other people, but also has been mentored by Mary Kay Ash herself and, incredible leaders as well in our company. And just somebody that just gives and gives, so without anything. Like, yes, she does make money off of me, but not like she would still, I feel like she would totally still do that for me. That's how our company is. And there are many mentors in this company that do that for us as well. It's incredible. But I am, who I am because obviously, my parents as well. But through this company, I have learned so much in the values that we're taught, the faith first, family second, career third, and, being able to raise my family that way and implement those values. And, it's shaped us in so many ways. I can't even say how grateful I am for the mentorship and everything, the values of this company.
There's, I think that is the biggest thing I've gotten from this business is mentorship. I mean, honestly, I just was texting right before we got on the phone with you with my Mary Kay mentor, my Mary Kay big sister, Gloria Mayfield Banks, who is an example of the adoptee program that we have in Mary Kay. That's totally different because she's never made a dime off of whatever I've done in this business because I'm not directly in her line, but yet I've tried to pay her and making deposits in her life. And we are like, best of friends. And it's just unbelievable to the point of me being married in her home. So as people listen, and I mean, we really do build family. This is not just something we're doing, right? I mean, it really is family. It really is distinct. And it really is very unique. Our pink world is unique. It's almost, it's so positive you could just about cut it with a knife. But when life is not so positive, it is nice to have this environment and this bubble that is a safe place to grow, to land, and even to have girlfriends to cry with and walk you through, just listen and walk you through real life situations. Talk to us about your daily routine in life. How do you do mommy and Mary Kay? Like, how do you run? And as an executive, what does being a mompreneur really look like on a day-to-day basis? I know it's not perfect. I know it's not Instagram perfect every day, right?
Yeah, that's not how it is. I should probably do some reels of the real life stuff too. But yeah, it's that balance. And I know Thea Elvin used to always say, like, there's no real balance, but it's like creating that harmony. And we've been able to do that. And I think, through me staying disciplined to my weekly plan sheet, to my calendar, to my time blocks that I'm going to actually work it so that I could feel present when I'm with them, put the phone away and be present when I'm with them. And, and also when I'm working, I'm disciplined to that time, whether the appointment's holding or not, I'm disciplined to that time. But I show up, I show up whether I feel like it or not, whether I'm sick or whatever it may be, whatever the case may be, it may be so much more fun what they're doing. I'm still showing up. And so I think by me being disciplined over the years, driving, after work, being hungry in my scrubs, having to change in the car for my meeting and driving to Fairfield from Napa in traffic, after being exhausted, like whatever it may be, my family has watched me stay disciplined and treat my business like a business. And so they're, respect it, but also I, over the years, have been paid like a business. And so, yeah, through the ups and downs, I have worked when it's good. And when I can't, like you said, the business still pays you, which is pretty incredible. But I would say the number one thing too is with having a family is have help. You can do anything you want. You just can't do everything you want. And so help is huge.
So what kind of help do you have? What does that look like for you?
So I remember when I first started, one of my first goals was I wanted to have a housekeeper. And my husband was like, "You're crazy. We can clean our own house." As most men say, like, I'm like, "You're going to clean the toilets?" I'm pretty sure you're not. But so I knew that it was going to be super helpful to work in a clean home and not clean my own home. So that was like my first goal. We had one once a week, and then that turned into, once a month, and that turned into once a week. And I'm like super happy about it. Everyone can function in a clean environment. I love having a few virtual assistants too. So, anything that I know that is not like working with people or booking appointments or, income producing activities that I should be doing, I'm like, who would be better at this than me? And so always, and praying about it, they always come into your life. You're like, oh, it always works out. It's so wonderful. And so I have quite a few, and, I have people come in too, into my house. And thankfully I have an office where it works, and, family that loves people in their house. So it works. But you have to find what works for you. I mean, sometimes I'll have somebody even helping with dinner or chopping up vegetables or whatever, if I'm on something and my husband's working. So we just have to find what works.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. And that's that's the one thing I would say for women that have not surrounded themselves with a team. The Proverbs 31 woman, I don't think she was all one woman. I mean, it exemplifies a woman. She absolutely positively had a team of women that were supporting her to be able to be that whole Proverbs 31 woman. It's just so critical. And so if you've never, like, if you still are tripping about somebody seeing your underwear or helping to pick up stuff in your house, like, get over it. If you still are cleaning up before the housekeeper comes, like, get over it. You know, you just gotta, we have to get over it. Build a bridge and get over it. Really always
Mhm.
say, so important. So our last couple questions I want to know, because we are so blessed now. You talked about back in the day when we would drive to our meetings every Monday night. I did in San Francisco, and I built my business that way in the car with my kit. But now we're blessed to be able to work 100% in person, 100% virtual, or hybrid. And so we know during COVID, we all totally reinvented ourselves and built fabulous businesses virtually. How do you work now? What does your work look like for you?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually loving doing in-person appointments again. Like, I just realized it does fill up my cup just as much as I think it fills up theirs. And so, you have to do what works. I also have, my new DIQ in Hawaii that she loves virtual. And I also have another one that's, wants to become a director. Mackenzie, one of my other directors, gals, and she's in Roanoke Park, not too far from here. And she loves just doing all virtual. So I think, you do have to do what works for you. They're successful doing that because they're passionate about it, they love it, and they're having success. I'm kind of like, I got to figure this out. I got to figure out all these other ways because I just feel like I should know, or I should be learning. And I have, done the Facebook parties, and I've done and had success. And we did do all virtual sessions, the glow sessions. We had so much success, and we still do those, and we love them on Zoom. Our girls' night in, and it takes an hour, and it's so wonderful. And I love that we can do it all these different ways. I am so glad that the pandemic pushed us out of our comfort zone to learn this. Like, we would have never taken the time to go this much, to learn all of this technology. And so I'm forever grateful, because those that do have little ones, I have a new team member that found me on social media that just had a baby. And like, she's probably not going to go be holding appointments or parties, but she can still be super successful from home while holding that baby. And so I'm so grateful for all the different ways, and I love them all.
I love it. I love holding my Mary Kay pop-ups, and they're 20-minute appointments, and people can come right in. There's just so many different ways that you can work your business and work it successfully. And you can achieve any position that you want in this business, working it either way. Isn't it really cool? We've got Waverly, who's number one and does everything in the living room. And then we've got Jen, who's number one and does everything on Facebook. Like, that's just proof that you can really do it both ways, and you can make some good part-time cash. I mean, you can make chump change, or you can make diva dollars. So we have a big holiday workshop that we're doing tomorrow with one of my most amazing directors, who is just a pro at holiday. Can you just give him a brief, like, why is October such a good time to consider a new business? A lot of people are going to start thinking about, I need some extra cash. So
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I think now is the perfect time. The perfect time. I mean, yeah, everybody needs extra money around the holidays, and whether it's, for friends, family gifts, your kids, you need extra cash. A lot of people like to even go on trips and vacations, and so the extra cash is amazing. But it is our largest selling season, highest selling season, and I've always love how successful we are around the holidays. I mean, I can't keep a lot of products on hand, and things sell out quickly because, we're convenient. We're faster than Amazon a lot of times. People are like, I can pick up on your porch right now, or you can deliver to mine. I'm like, yes. So, and, wrap it up cute. Like, we love doing that, making people feel special and important. And so, yeah, it is the best time to sign up. And then also, women around this time, they do really care more too about their appearance. And so I feel like we're sitting down with more women. They're happy, they're excited. The holidays sometimes brings that out. Could be a little stressful too, but everyone wants to look good and feel good around the holidays when you're going to parties. And so, they'll want to try on new makeup looks, new holiday look, or new color, or new lipstick, or get their skin looking really good. And so And they want to treat themselves too, because you can't leave yourself out. So
I know. A gift for them and two for me. Okay.
exactly, always.
Yeah, every woman deserves it. And how cool is it to be able to shop in your own, shop for 50% yourself, right? Out of the catalog yourself, which is totally cool. Well, we're going to do our cash drawings in just a few minutes, but I want to just pop in here and just tell our audience the really cool thing about um, this business is, as soon as I get to the right place here, is that you can, this really is an amazing opportunity. And some quick fun facts about this. Dorothy, let me know if it's, I know my screen was freezing, so I think you can see what I'm sharing. Is number one, we make money. You earn 50% of everything you sell. 50% is half. It's really cool. You could do in person, you could do Zoom, you could do any of the ways that we talked about. Flexibility, you heard Shannon talk about that. Like, it's totally your schedule. You can decide if you want to work just a couple hours a week, or if you want to work this as a full-time gig, or somewhere in between. So it could be your part-time hustle. You could be a great brand ambassador, get your own products at a great cost, and service a few friends and family, or you can go for it and be one of those that choose to pursue earning the use of a car, becoming a sales director. It really is your choice. It's a dual marketing concept. It's not multi-level marketing. Everyone, I mean, if you sign up today, you purchase a product for the same cost that both Shannon and I do. And we are based out of Dallas, Texas. So an international company in over 40 countries, but made right here in the USA. And then the collaboration, boy, we hit on that so much. No competition. Now, let's just say we do like to compete and win. We like to win, but it's a healthy competition of me, iron sharpening iron, us beating our best, which is really, really cool. And then we talked about the career car. I mean, it is a choice and it is available to you. And a small percentage of people do choose to go on and earn a career car. But I love the fact that I've earned the use of over 14 cars, which is really, really cool. Actually, it might even be more than that. And the diamonds, there's all kinds of really cool and fun things for this month. Because it's our 60th anniversary, Mary Kay is allowing you to make a decision to get started for only $25. You could start for only $25, which is really cool. And then you can choose to add on if you want. You can add on our eStart Plus, or you could add on our Pro Start, or both. Totally up to you. Check this out. So be sure to tag your beauty consultant and let her know that you watched. And before we do our drawing, we are going to talk about your favorite product, Shannon. And I visited your Instagram. Okay, if you're not following her, make sure you go follow her. And this is,
And it goes like this. We're gonna hit you hard and you'll need to kiss me. What's up for hours and night on the backseat.
Got ready for the night. She said for the lights.
oh my gosh, that is so amazing. Now, before I share the final one, what's your favorite thing like right now that you're rocking right now?
Well, I'm of course playing with color. I mean, we get stuck in our same colors, and so this has been really fun to play with. I'm wearing them, and yeah, it's fun to play with colors. This palette is adorable. The 60th anniversary eyeshadow palette.
I love it. And I love this cute little gift with purchase bag and the nail colors that come like right along with it. I have to say that when I first opened the palette, I'm like, okay, teach me what to do with these colors. I know you thought that too. It's like, they're bright, but when you put them on, I mean, they're rocking. Check out this video that you shared. I just love it. Totally, totally love it. Love it. Love it. Here we go.
When she was just a girl. We're like diamonds in the sky. Don't you worry, child. Yeah, yeah. Except for me. Cause it's always a good time.
I love it. I love it. And I love following you on Instagram. Totally love it. And so we want to thank you so much for meeting us at the head table. Yeah, you've been at the head table, at the pink table, which is totally cool. And we're going to do a quick cash drawing. And one of our lucky, everybody is blessed, but one of our lucky customers is going to get some cash. So Dorothy, bring up that wheel and let's spin the wheel and see. Now, remind me, Dorothy, the first name is the consultant. Remind me the order again. She's going to tell me, because you're going to see 3 names pop up. And last month I got it wrong.
Consultant director and customer.
And
sorry.
The customer. Okay. So the third name you see is the customer, because last time I almost gave the cash to the wrong person. Let's go for it. Show us who the winner is. Here's the wheel. Now it looks like there's tons of people, but a lot of people get multiple entries. So there's a way that somebody can get 20 entries. Somebody else can have 50 entries. Somebody else can have 10 entries. And some people have 1 entry. So let's go for it and see who's the winner. Glasses on. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, this is so crazy. I love that she's in my unit and I love that she's watching. And I would have known which name is which because I know who I am. Tammy Denson is the consultant. Yay. And Caterina Harris Earl is the director. That is me. And Tiffany Wilson won. I'm pausing for a second because I just want to see if Tiffany Wilson happens to be watching. Tammy Denson was on. So Tammy, tag us. Let me know in the chat. I know there's a little bit of delay, but I'm super excited. I love everybody's a winner. And just for watching today, as long as you tag your beauty consultant, you get entered in our next drawing, which we're going to have Claire Mason. Oh my gosh, amazing powerhouse woman will be our guest speaker in November. And you get entered again for joining. So Shannon, thank you so much for coming today. And I just want you to close with some final words. How do you keep yourself inspired?
Oh, well, thanks for having me. I would say a big thing that has helped is just plugging into doing like a miracle morning. So a good way to start the day with, if you haven't watched, Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning, and it really just sets the tone for the day. I feel like the morning does set the tone for the day, and so that, and a good workout, a good sweat, and listening to some really good inspirational positivity that Mary Kay always gives us.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I want to thank you for coming. You guys give Shannon a big round of applause. Yay, yay, yay. And thanks for being here. I'm so glad your unit joined in, and you guys have an awesome and amazing October. Go make it happen. Whether you're doing personal care packages, whether you're doing adopt a grandparent for our beauty consultants and guests, we hope that you decide. Thanks for being at the Pink Table Talk. Bye-bye.